Guys, so we want to fill out this chart to figure out the half-life. Practice doing the math of the half-life. So the first step, you have to read your problem. Number one, a lab rat is injected with 12 grams of strontium that has a half-life of 4 hours. How much will be left after 16 hours? Okay, so we underlined our key information. Now let's go to our chart. Okay, the first step in the chart, number of half-lives. Okay, if we're doing a total of 16 hours and each half-life is 4 hours, we have to divide. 16 divided by 4 gives us 4. Okay, so we know that in total, we are going to do 4 half-lives. All right, so we got half-life number 4. Always start with half-life 0 and then kind of spread them out. Give yourself room, nice and even. And what I like to do after this is kind of make my chart into a graph. This way I know exactly what I'm looking at. All right, so next step is the time. In the very beginning, we always start with 0. You're always going to start with 0 for the time. All right, now each half-life is 4 hours. So after one half-life, 4 hours have gone by. 2 half-lives, you can either do 4 times 2, which gives you 8, or just add 4 plus 4, which gives us 8. Okay, another half-life goes by, 8 plus 4, that's going to give us 12, and eventually another 4 hours goes by, 12 plus 4 gives us 16. And we double check, we should be ending with 16 hours, so we're good to go. All right, so now the amount left. If we're starting with 12, we just have to keep on cutting this number in half. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. Okay, now we want to use our calculator. You might be able to do it in your head, but double check with the calculator. So 1.5 divided by 2 equals 0.75 grams. Okay, so at the end of 16 hours, we will be left with 0.75 grams of radioactive strontium. All right, moving on to number 2. Now remember, number 2, there was a typo. Cross out that number you have. It should be 22,920. All right, so this is our total amount of time. Our half-life is 5,730 years. All right, looks a little bit scary, but it's the exact same thing. You're going to start off by figuring out the number of half-lives. So take your biggest number, 920, and you're going to divide it by the half-life, 5730. All right, so 22,920 divided by 5730, and again, we get a total of 4 half-lives. All right, so always start with 0 and then space them out going in order. Give yourself columns if you want. Time always starts with 0. Okay, after one half-life, 5,730 years go by. And now for each additional half-life, you're just going to add another 5,730. Okay, so 2 half-lives, we get 11,460 plus 5,730 equals 17,190. And again, add that number plus 5,730, and we get 22,920. Okay, we double check. Our numbers match up, so we know that we're good. Last step, figuring out how much is left. So we start with 102, and this is the easy part. When we want to find the amount left, always divide by 2. All right, so we get 102 divided by 2. That gives us 51. Divided by 2, that gives us 25.5 divided by 2, 12.75, and the last one, 6.375 grams is left when we're done. All right, question number 3. We have a 600 gram sample It decayed in 80 days. Okay, so our total time is 80 days. Each half-life is 20 days. So 80 divided by 20, the answer is 4. So again, we are doing 4 half-lives. Now, it won't always be 4, so be careful. Don't just always assume it's going to be 4 half-lives. Just a coincidence right now. Okay, in the beginning, we start with 0. 1 half-life is 20 days. Okay, 20 plus 20 gives us 40, plus another 20 is 60, and another 20 is 80. We double check, and with 80 days, we're good. Okay, so this one, the number's a little bit easier, but it's the exact same thing. All right, so how much is left? We start off with 600. 600 divided by 2 is 300. Divided by 2 again is 150. 150 divided by 2 is 75. And 75 divided by 2 is 37.5.